Exclusive. Stop everything right now and listen up, because what happened in Darwin on Friday night wasn't just another win for the Pernith Panthers. It was a chilling reminder to the rest of the NRL that as long as Nathan Cleary is on the field, no game is ever lost, and no opponent is ever safe. And before we go any further, do this for me. Smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, and drop a comment below if you're starting to believe we are witnessing one of the greatest players in rugby league history in real time. Now picture the scene: heavy Darwin heat, hostile conditions, a hungry opponent on the other side, and a Panthers side that walked out looking like they knew exactly what they were doing. And just like so many times over the past few years, everything revolved around the number 7. Nathan Cleary didn't step onto the field just to play. He stepped into command, to control, to dictate the tempo like a true maestro. From the opening minutes, you could tell something special was brewing. Cleary looked sharp, confident, with that almost frustrating calmness for anyone backing against him. Then came the first blow. A clean line break, perfect read of the defense, and suddenly the Panthers were rolling like a well-oiled machine. Not long after, another play, another surgical decision, and another try assist. Blink, and he already had 2 line breaks and 2 try assists. The scoreboard? 18-0. But then, rugby league did what rugby league always does. It reminds you nothing is guaranteed. Even as the Dolphins lifted, even as the pressure ramped up, Nathan Cleary never looked rattled. He didn't panic. He didn't lose his head. He never let the game completely slip away. He kept organizing, kept directing, kept being that steady presence in the middle of the storm. And that's where the praise hits different. This wasn't just any compliment. It was recognition from one of the sharpest minds the game has ever seen. When Cooper Cronk spoke about Cleary's performance, it wasn't hype, it was analysis. Real, grounded respect from someone who understands exactly what it takes to control a game under pressure. When Cronk says something like that, you listen. And he didn't hold back. Just give him the Dally M already. That's not a throwaway line. That's a statement. That's a legend of the game looking at what he just witnessed and saying, this bloke is on another level right now. And it wasn't just him. Greg Alexander called the performance magnificent. And the fans? Even more direct. Nathan Cleary is ice cold, one wrote. Another posted, Nathan Cleary, the Iceman. And then there was the one that sums it up perfectly: death, taxes, and Nathan Cleary getting it done at the end. And honestly, it's getting harder and harder to argue with that. Because no matter how the game unfolds, no matter how ugly things get, he delivers. It's not always pretty. It's not always dominant from start to finish. But when the game demands a hero, he shows up. Now tell me this, and I want your honest take in the comments. Has Nathan Cleary already locked up the Dally M this year, like Cooper Cronk reckons, or is there still a race? And while you're at it, don't forget to like and subscribe, because if you're a Panthers fan, this season is shaping up to deliver a lot more moments like this. What happened in Darwin wasn't just a win. It was a statement. The kind of game that defines a campaign and builds belief. The kind of performance that makes the entire squad buy in even more to what they are building. And we are not done yet, because there's another explosive story you need to hear. A situation involving Moses Leota has just blown up, and it could turn into one of the most controversial decisions in recent State of Origin history. Leota wants to play Origin. He's made that crystal clear. This isn't rumor. It's not speculation. It's genuine intent. And it makes sense. He spent most of his life in Sydney, came through the New South Wales system, became a cornerstone of the Panthers, and helped build a historic dynasty. We are talking about a 4-time NRL Premiership winner, a player who embodies the club's standard of excellence. But here's the twist that changes everything. The rule. And not just any rule, one with zero room for interpretation. To be eligible for State of Origin, a player must have lived in the state before turning 13. And here's the issue. Leota moved to Australia from Auckland just a few months after his 13th birthday. Months? A handful of months that could now cost him the chance to play on rugby league's biggest stage. And that's exactly what's got people fired up. Because when you look at it logically, it feels absurd. A player essentially developed in NSW, who spent more time there than anywhere else, who built his career, identity, and legacy in that state, ruled out over a technicality. That's when the pressure started building. Big names began speaking out. One of them, Mark Gia, a hugely respected voice within the Panthers and New South Wales circles. He didn't mince words. He said Leota is as Penrith as anyone, and that common sense should prevail. So jump in the comments right now, should Leota be allowed to play Origin or not? Because this isn't just about rules anymore, it's about fairness, identity, and legacy. When someone like Gia calls for common sense, you know things have gone beyond normal. But while the emotional argument grows on one side, the response from the other side was immediate and firm. The Queensland Rugby League didn't hesitate. Rules are rules. That's the stance. No negotiation. No exceptions. No grey area. And just like that, Leota is caught in the middle of something much bigger than himself. Because now, it's no longer just about one player. It's about the integrity of the system. But behind all of this, there's a human side that can't be ignored. Leota isn't asking for special treatment. He's asking for recognition. Recognition for everything he's built in New South Wales. His career. His commitment. His genuine connection to the state. And it hits even harder when you hear him say he'd love to represent NSW. This isn't just about playing. It's about belonging. And that brings us to the question dividing rugby league right now. What truly defines an Origin player? Where they were before 13, or where they became who they are? Could this fuel Leota to go to another level? Or could this whole saga weigh on him as the season rolls on? Drop your thoughts below because this debate is absolutely heating up, and I want to know exactly where you stand. If you've made it this far, you're part of the conversation now. So back the channel, like, subscribe, and share your opinion, because this story is far from over. And answer me this, honestly. If you were making the call right now, would you bend the rule for Moses Leota, or stick with it, even if it means denying him his state of origin dream?